This is funny. People ask me, when I say that, I can do a lot of things and I've had a lot of different types of jobs in different industries. But when I tell people that I'm a sushi chef, you'd be surprised how much, eyebrows in the, because I'm white. And that's understandable. Because that's traditionally a Japanese dominated profession, right? But where I grew up and I learned sushi was in Phoenix, Arizona. There weren't a lot of Asians there. So you found a lot of white Mexican chefs. Sushi became very popular, which is when I got into it back in the early 2000s. Uh, and so you see a lot of white chefs and Mexican chefs because, well, Arizona and Southern California is right up against the border of Mexico, so you tend to see a lot of Hispanic chefs. And honestly, the job's not terribly hard, but it just takes somebody to show you, somebody to take an interest in you to show you, because it's not something that you can just walk into. Like, say, being a car washer. Could you do that? Could I do that? Most likely, right? Uh, Something that you know how to do. Self-explanatory. Doesn't take a lot of focus or concentration or knowledge of what you're really doing. Sushi's a little bit different. It's not a hard job, and I've worked as a line cook. I've worked I've worked different aspects of different types of food industries, and honestly, sushi's not that hard. But it took somebody to train me. I would have never known how to do it unless somebody actually took the time to train me. I was lucky that when I started bartending at this restaurant, they decided to open up a sushi bar, and I had no fucking idea about sushi. I didn't even like sushi. The thought of eating raw fish to me was disgusting. But he approached me one day. Well, he used to come over and asked me for his favorite drink was Jack and Coke. He asked me for a Jack and Coke. Oh man, his name was, well, for privacy reasons, I'm not gonna say, but we'll just call him Chef. Chef, like, give me a Jack and Coke, man. What do you want to eat? And I said, I don't know, man. I eat sushi. He's like, what do you mean you don't eat sushi? Like, dude, I don't eat raw fish. He's like, let me make you something. I'll try it. I'll trade you a Coke. Oh, okay, you got yourself a deal. And I started to eat it, and it was a psychological thing. When I started not to think about it as raw fish, I started to just enjoy the taste of what I was eating. You know, he started me off real simple on like California rolls, spicy tuna rolls, tempura rolls, dragon rolls, shit that's cooked except for the spicy tuna roll. A Philadelphia roll, smoked salmon, avocado, cucumber, cream cheese, smoked salmon. So I was like, this isn't that bad, and then it actually became kind of an addiction. I like started to crave it, and then I would start going over to him with the Jack and Coke, already pre-made, even if you didn't ask for it. And I'd put it on a station, and he'd be like, "Really? So you like sushi now?" I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Make me like something like cool, like make me like something fancy. I want to like take all this in. Like, let's do a rainbow roll. This rainbow roll is imitation crab, avocado, and cucumbers, topped with yellowtail salmon, tuna, and usually some sort of whitefish or shrimp." Anyway, I decided I loved it. He approached me one day. He was like, "Dude, like, you want to come work doing sushi and bartend at the same time? Because I could use somebody just for a couple nights a week, but keep your bartending job at the same restaurant." Long story short is he sat down and explained to me, he's chef this, and I'm a second born Japanese sushi chef, but I'm an American Japanese sushi chef. I was born in Austin, Texas, but my parents are very traditional Japanese. to have a struggle. If you enjoy doing this job, you're going to struggle because you're white, first of all. Second, you're left-handed. Third, you have tattoos. I was like, what? Why does that even matter? He's like, man, he's like, I'm giving you the chance because it doesn't matter to me, but I'm telling you, traditional Japanese chefs are going to have a problem with your tattoos and the fact that you're left-handed. Left-handed people are considered degenerates. They're considered basically retarded. Um, in the traditional Japanese old school culture. And he goes, and the tattoos, he's like, the tattoos, again, traditional Japanese people from Japan, uh, they didn't get tattooed. The only people that were Japanese that got tattooed because as a sign of disrespect, they would put like, whatever you did wrong, right, was they would tattoo you. Like if you were a thief, they would tattoo thief on your arm. So basically, you wore your badge on your sleeve for whatever crime you were convicted of. So they're like, they look at you like you're an idiot for marking yourself because it's a natural, blah, blah, blah. I said, what about the white thing? And he's like, well, again, traditional Japanese people consider that Americans and white, other non Japanese people that are not Asian are decimating our traditional culture. As far as our natural, our known for cuisine goes, that should only be done by Japanese people. But we're in the 2000s, and there's a lot of Japanese people making sushi restaurants, and there's just not enough Japanese people to work at them. So they end up hiring white people. He's like, I'm just letting you know. So he goes, well, I'm going to do for you, man. I'm going to do you a good favor. I'm going to train you first in traditional Japanese sushi. This is your maki rolls, your tuna rolls, your yellowtail roll, all the very, and the sashimi, all the very traditional stuff. And like, I want you to know how to do that. Then I'm going to train you in the American style shit. And I didn't know the difference, right? I'm like, oh, sushi. But now, after he trained me, I did know the difference. And he's like, okay, here's this Japanese roll. All it is rice and tuna. Rice on the inside, roll it up. It's a maki tuna roll. Cut it in 6 pieces. Bam, that's it. Little ginger beef, that's it. Done. It's like, that's it. It's like, that's not too hard. He's like, here's an American roll. Let's do the Vegas roll. He's like, salmon, cream cheese, avocado, asparagus, rolled, dropped in tempura batter and flash fried with spicy mayo and eel sauce and jalapeno and dots of sriracha. It's like, whoa, that's not even sushi anymore. He's like, I know. This is what sells. California roll sells, which is imitation crab and avocado and cucumber. It's like, this is what sells. This is what we do. But it's a bastardization of our authenticity of, our. He's like, and now that you're trained in traditional sushi as well as American sushi, they'll gain more respect for you because you actually took the time to learn the traditional way, our way. So, okay, man. And the rest is history. I just, once I, it was rough at first. Like the first 6 months, I did nothing but prep work, but that built my knife skills, which at the time I didn't have any, period. You know, uh, but yeah, once I got on board, at first it was like prep for 6 months, wash rice, cook edamame, cucumbers, cut yamigobo, cut green onion. It was all just prep work. I didn't actually see it like in the front of the house. Once after 6 months, and he was confident, then I got to make like simple rolls, like California rolls, spicy tuna rolls, crunchy rolls, shrimp tempura rolls, really basic stuff. And after another 6 months, then he showed me nigiri and sashimi. And then after another year of doing that, I got a job offer from another place that offered me more money. The rest is history. I've been doing it off and on now for, I don't know, fucking 15 years, something like that. About that. I stopped counting the years nowadays. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, a job is a job is a job. And, that's just kind of what I fell into. You know, I've done a lot of different things, but seems to be kind of my fallback. So I'd rather be making sushi than sitting in an office cubicle doing data entry. And no, call service. No disrespect to the people that do that, because I've done it too, which is why I know I would rather do sushi than that shit, because it fucking sucks and the pay is shit. But yeah, that's basically, yeah. All right, there's my next video.